YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in the Macedon campaign where we last left off, which was kind of a cliffhanger because I was getting attacked by a rather large deployment of the, I think it's Antartes, or however you say it. Anyway, they've got all these Celtic warriors. Glad they're not short swords because I kind of think they're better. And then, yeah, some mercenary Celtic warriors. Should be a fun fight. Feel like I definitely have an advantage here, but let's give it a fight and see how things go. Huh. Someone asking if I'm here. I'm definitely recording, so I can't type back when it's in the loading screen, and hopefully he doesn't think I'm being rude. But yeah, not going to type while I'm in the middle of the video either. I'll spare you all that. So let's get down to business and take care of the Antartes here. Very ugly weather. I have some very nice skirmishers, actually, so I am going to, and I'm actually going to put my shield bearer in the middle of my sword line. He should be able to hold his own against any of these Celtic units. Probably even against an Oathsworn. May not win, but it should be close. Okay, I'm going to get my archers all set up. They have slingers, though, so they are going to outrange me. That's fine. Let's put my Thessalian Cav over here, and then my Citizen and Tarentine Cav over here. So let's go ahead and start the battle. The enemies, I think they attacked me. Yeah, I will run if time runs out. So I'm going to let them march to me to come out in the open so I can get better, better skirmishing and everything like that.
Any man with mercy in his heart will answer to me. Ready.
Well, my general's definitely got the spirit of Tachi about him, saying that any man with mercy in his heart will answer to him. So I've definitely hired the right general, it would seem. Let's take my Tarentine Cav and do a little harassment. I'm going to fast forward for a moment too, just let the AI continue to approach me. I'm going to have to watch out for their slingers, but I'll just see if I can lure any of their units out on the chase. Screw with them a little bit. So yeah, we'll watch my Tarentine Cav here. See if they hurl some javelins. They should. I think I've got them in range. I can go into manual control here too. Yeah, I'm gonna manually control. Yeah, I'm under slinger fire now too. Kind of hard to control your units from on here, but also kind of fun. Probably gonna lose a few cavalrymen, but it's okay. I'm just gonna take my men back over here. So, fun stuff, yeah, trying to control the unit. Actually, I don't know that I lost anybody. Maybe 1 or 2 men. Alright, so now my archers should be coming within range. Pull those Tarentine Cav back. Let's make sure my archers are firing. They are. I'm going to take them off skirmish. And I'm going to countercharge the main enemy line. I've got an AI attack group set up. And then I got my Citizen Cav over here. Alright, let's actually watch my general make a charge here, the shield bearer. Probably not the most impressive charging unit, but ought to be kind of fun.
Our general is under attack.
There we go. Yeah! Get some nice fighting action on. I'm going to put him into a shield wall and then give him the... Oop. I don't think you're royal thorax swords, but it's good to think highly of yourself. And let's kill their skirmishers here. What do we got over here? Got some skirmishers focusing on my Cav. I'm going to bring up some rear charges, and I'm just kind of trying to fill this gap with my Thurio spears. Let's actually run a charge into that spear warrior. I don't know if it's braced. It may brace by the time I attack it.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
They did not get a good brace, so I'm going to plow through them, actually. And my archers are moving forward. Pull them back. And I can now charge here, and here, and here.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Alright, so we've destroyed some of the enemy skirmishers there. So we're in good shape, and I just brought in some deadly rear charges there. Not so deadly from the Citizen Cav, but it'll work. I want to bring in another rear charge over there. And let's bring these units back. And then my Thessalian cav was successful here. And it looks like all across the line we were pretty successful. Let's follow this charge in. This ought to be a pretty good one. Ah, stupid routing jerks got in the way. Stopped my charge from being nearly as effective as it would have been. That was annoying. Oh well. It ought to still work out just fine for me in this battle. More enemy units coming in, so let's get some of our units out here to meet them. Take my general out of hoplite wall, and let's do an attack with these thorax swords. And let's go run down some of these routing units. Okay, and then these swordsmen can come up as well, and I'll support with these cav. So let's actually take this swordsman, run down those spears, come over here, intercept that swordsman. Okay. Just giving some orders to my men. Looks like they're getting their reinforcing troops from the city at this point. They must have attacked me before all the reinforcements were ready. I'm gonna keep running down their fleeing troops.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
I want to actually get through here and attack these Celtic warriors as well. And then just for kicks, I'm gonna actually charge into these units. I should get a nice... They're gonna brace, but not in the right direction. So I'm gonna get a nice flank charge there. It's actually going to lay them out to dry pretty badly. But there is an Oathsworn backing them up, or a Chosen Sword, something of that nature. I can't tell what it is. Let's actually come back up here. So I'm going to run away from that heavy sword unit that was incoming. Yeah, that is an Oathsworn. And let's run this Thessalian cav back around, do the same thing here. I'm actually letting my cav take some losses that they don't need to. And we're going to charge that Oathsworn, and then I'll swing around to support him with these 2 cav units. And I've got my Tarantine cav running down stragglers. We'll do the same thing here. Bring this infantry over. And double up on the Oathsworn. And then we should be able to come around in a finishing charge, but this Oathsworn's going to be doing very well against my men. It is definitely a superior unit to thorax swords, no question about it. But with the nice rear charge and all of the army losses mounting for the enemy, I'm following the one guy who gets stuck on the tree apparently. So kind of ruined that. Got a little anticlimactic on that charge. And I think my shield bearers have, yep, Warcry, so I can just scare the enemy Oathsworn away, and we're gonna destroy him real quick. And I've destroyed most of these routing troops, but there's still some more Celtic warriors.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, let's just run down some of these last few routing troops. Let's bring my other cav this direction in case I spot anything else. And we have routing troops here. It's going to be a Chosen Swordsman we'll run down, and the enemy Oathsworn ought to be getting cut down while trying to flee. So I don't think any of them should get away. So this will turn out to be a nice victory for me. Gonna beat these guys really badly.
The enemy general is dead.
All right, enemy general's dead. Celtic skirmishers back here. Where's one of these cavalrymen? Get up here. And ooh, got a whole bunch of mercenary Celtic warriors back here too that I don't think I can catch in time. But let's bring my Tarantine cav this way. It's probably my fastest one. Bring those guys the right direction as well. Just do what I can to catch up with these fleeing units, but they are getting somewhat close to the red line, so I'm not sure if I'll catch them. A lot of units going to get away there, unfortunately. But considering we took very few losses in the fight, it should turn out okay. I'm going to catch all of these skirmishers, which will be good.
Our hidden
This
units
is going to
have
be
been
close,
discovered.
but I should get a few of them at least. Yeah, we're going to get a pretty good number of these Celtic warriors killed. And then we should kill some of these Celtic warriors as well. This unit of skirmishers just got decimated. Yeah, good. Yeah, we're going to end up killing quite a few of these guys. Like I said, I'll just kill as many of them as I can. I ended up getting most of them, actually. So, nice little grab there, not letting them escape in very Patchy-esque form. Yep, there we go. So that should be good. let's quit the battle. I think we've pretty well destroyed the Antartes. Antartes, Pop-Tartes, whatever they are. Anartes, I guess. Anartes? However. Got me. I wouldn't say that foreign language is my high suit. So, there we go. Yeah, they got away with just a couple of men. But nothing big here, so
Is that all?
it ought to be a very easy capture on the next turn, and we'll put some more farms in there to just continue to stabilize the food situation. We did have a shortage earlier, and obviously would like to keep that from happening going forward. We'll capture Norea as well, however you say these places, and then we're going to need to capture Patavium, which I should be in a good position to do. But all of these minor settlements will just help continue to feed the growing empire. Ah, we got sabotaged over here. Actually kind of sucks.
At your command.
So let's use this agent here. It's a hero. It's actually quite good at manipulating. Let's see if we can turn the spy. Indeed we did.
The gods honor
And
me with success.
quite a bit of damage done, but I still have all my movement points. Oh, well, there's actually a decent little army there. Didn't expect that, actually. Let's come back to our own territory and just play it safe. Retrain my men. We turned their spy anyway, so it shouldn't be a huge worry.
Ready for battle.
And they were not able to slow down this group of men either. But let's take care of business one piece at a time. So we just are ready to capture Gallic out here. Gaelic, however you pronounce it. And let's get rid of these guys. Occupy.
Ready for orders.
I'm going to leave my army here to help stabilize it. What is this building? Open air tannery for leather. So that's cool. We'll get a hold of leather. And then I'm going to just convert this farm so that I don't lose its good benefits. And then I'm going to tear down this military building and in its place build something a little more worthwhile. We're going to need to get rid of the Germanic influence that's in that area. My food is starting to come up again, which is nice. Here we're going to need to hit Norea. They do have a bunch of short swords. And my guys are not going to be particularly good at melee, but I might go ahead and just siege these guys here instead of wasting a bunch of my potentially good units on an auto-resolve that might take them away. So I'll just continue to siege and bring those guys out of their little hidey hole into the light. See if we can get rid of this enemy agent here. Good enough. And we've already taken care of that situation. As far as in the war against Gaul, let's see, we actually have some Pictones agents here. Are they against me? I don't think I declared war against them. Nemosos, Lemonum, Bertigala, Viski. Let's see how these people feel towards me. Pictones, mad. Viski, kind of okay. So I'm pretty sure the Pictones are going to turn on me. And then let's see how the Nementes feel about me as well. If I'm saying any of these right. Nemnetes, sorry. They actually feel quite kindly towards me. They're at war with the Arverni and some of the other, this neighboring tribe here is where, well, in Belgique. So, interesting. Kind of makes me wonder what I would like to do next. I've actually got my armies kind of all out and about. Oh yeah, I was going to take Nemedicina. That way I could control this province in its entirety. I don't know what kind of armies they have, and I don't have an agent helping this army, but I want to say I had a spy right down here. We can go ahead and start trying to move the spy ahead of my army just to scout out what we're going to be up against. And then Nemosos looks like it's kind of still being stabilized a little, so I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the gold mine here. That'll be worthwhile. And let's see what kind of upgrades my troops are ready for here. We can open Dread for this general. Dread's still one of my favorite abilities. Don't know if it makes as much difference as it used to, but still a big one. And then let's just check my provinces as far as potential growth opportunities. We have more food now, with more on the way. Question is, should I go ahead and start upgrades, or just, I should probably wait and see how some of these things that are coming along are going to affect it. So I might just go a few turns without worrying about any upgrades, because I'm not seeing anything that's like a particularly big worry as far as upgrades go. So let's just get things settled before I potentially put myself in another food shortage and lose troops to desertion and stuff, which I did have some desertion. I want to say it was probably because of weather or food or something. I don't know. It shouldn't be food anymore at this point. Let's see. Unseasonal conditions, desertion. Your inability to sustain your troops. Desertion, leaving your army severely weakened. Oh. Yeah, it must have been some kind of seasonal thing that happened at Octodura. We still have this small Gallic army. We should probably wipe these guys out. And let's see, so I have this noblewoman here. I could start sabotaging these guys to get them to move. Oh, I have this other army here. I guess I was getting ready to move on Tolosa, which that would be good. And I actually have a slot open in this army too, and it looks like I could use another cav unit, though I can't recruit cavalry here. What do we have by way of mercenaries? Anything interesting? Mercenary Tarentine cav, not a bad unit. Mercenary hoplites, Celtic light horse. Let's go with the Tarentine cav. Just bring them into my army. And I think we are ready to end a turn. Let's go ahead and do so.
Is that all?
This campaign is coming along nicely, and it's kind of interesting. I hope you all enjoy this one. I decided to kind of be like Alexander goes west kind of thing rather than east. It's not to say that I may not eventually go east, because I may need to for victory conditions. And of course, the stupid Celts start raiding me. So we're going to have to deal with that. And I can't recall. Are the Boii at war with the Nervii? I have to check that out, because they're moving into their territories. Ah, yeah, look, these guys are going to come attack me. They can bring it. I'm feeling pretty confident, despite the injuries that they did to my troops. My hoplites with 3 chevrons ought to be able to hold back anything they've got here with relative ease, I think. I guess these guys are still living in patch 14, where hoplites would have been much less effective. But yeah, it was kind of fun. I hadn't created an army of hoplites here, so this one ought to be interesting. Plus I have Thurio spears on the flanks. Those guys are brutal. They can throw their javelins at cavalry. They can take down cavalry with their spears. I mean, just excellent units. And I really like them in multiplayer right now, too. And they're actually pretty resilient in most fights. Obviously, they can get pretty outmatched by certain sword units, but still very resilient, all things considered. Let's actually drop all these guys in. I don't know, make it easy. Put these 3 over here. They're slightly depleted, and they ought to be about equal to the same number of men that are going there. What kind of... Okay, my general just has second wind. Shouldn't need it. Okay. Enemy is set to attack me, and I can already see their ballista, and we're not going to let them sit back and... Oh, I actually want to group these guys. That way they, the archers don't get ahead of my infantry. I want to get my infantry moving forward first to draw the fire of the ballista. That way I can move in my cavalry slightly unmolested, hopefully. But it'll fire at whatever's closest, and they're still repositioning, so I'm going to have to keep my cav behind my enemy, or behind my lines, until it fires the first volley. Or else it's gonna target my cav. And it's gonna be more accurate versus cav as well, I believe. What do we got here? Celtic light horse and a noble horse. I'm gonna need to use my Thurio spears to help deal with these guys. Okay, let's take these guys out of a group. I'm actually gonna put these guys in a hard group and perform an attack. Archers, take your targets. And
Our general is under attack.
I think I took my guys off fire at will by accident, maybe? Or no, I put them in melee mode. Okay, we should be good here. Let's put all my hoplites into hoplite wall. Do the same over here. Still getting assailed by the ballista. I'm gonna peel off a cav unit, and the enemy brings their noble horse straight in. Salient cav, Thurio spears. And I've got a hoplite and everything in there with that noble horse, so we should be good. And again, my hoplite line should hold against the enemy swords, though it may take me a little time to deal with them. But I'll try and speed that process along with some rear charges here. And the enemy ballista just got destroyed. And it looks like the enemy general is going to go into my flank, so let's deal with him.
The men are wavering.
And I'll chase him with my hoplites, take them out of formation attack. I'm going to use my archers and my Thurio spears so you can see all the missile fire that's going to be coming in there. That'll be pretty brutal. Let's pull back for another charge. Thessalian Cav. Yeah, enemy noble horse just got decimated. Okay. Really? Oh, well, I guess he was taking more damage than I realized. Oh well. I would have thought a shield bearer would have been... Really? Only 19 kills on a shield bearer going up against mercenary Celtic warriors? Yeah, I guess this isn't multiplayer. Because that wouldn't have happened in multiplayer. I think I'm just kind of getting used to the feel of multiplayer and sometimes forgetting about the difficulty settings playing their role. I'm going to chase some of those units that are routing. And if these Celtic warriors think they're going to survive this disgraceful shame of killing a shield bearer general head on, then they're mistaken, and I'm going to go ahead and start filling them full of arrows and show them the proper greeting that Patchley normally gives to units of such poor caliber. Actually, Celtic warriors are kind of an interesting unit in this patch as well.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay. Just running down some routing spear warriors over here. We're going to push back the Ligurians here. Quite successfully, I might add. Despite me losing my general. He was a new general anyway. We are going to need to continue and actually run down some of the enemies. What do we got over here? Yeah, go run those guys down. And then I'll finish those spear warriors. But the main mass of enemy routing troops is right here, so this will be the easiest way to take them out. Actually had a few of my hoplites rout, it looks like. Yeah, so my hoplites didn't do quite as good as I thought they would or should. But again, it's not on the very hard difficulty, but it's on hard, which means that the enemy is going to get some form of buffs, albeit not as huge as you would see them in my Octavian campaign, where it's on very hard. They're going to get massive buffs at that point. I'll spread my men out to try and run down this unit a little better. So mercenary Celtic warriors should start to drop. Yeah, definitely starting to take them down. Hopefully we can kill as many of them as possible. And looks like we got most of their men over here as well. And a few of their guys are going to make it across the line. But for the most part, destroyed them as well. Yeah, spear warriors. You all go ahead and go chase those mercenary Celtic warriors. Alright, just going to fast forward, finish the quick mop up real quick. And I've got that unit targeted. And I was up against short swords this time, not all Celtic warriors. The short swords are a considerably better unit if I remember the stats right. Interesting that short swords are not available to any of the playable factions. Seems like it would be. Let's quit this battle. So, yeah, overall my hoplite's doing extremely poor. Maybe it's because I let them charge me. I probably should have put my guys in a wall and absorbed their charge rather than gone head-to-head with them. But then again, the only one of my guys had expert charge defense was my shield bearer, so not a big deal. We'll survive. Just means they get a whole new shield bearer unit on the end of this turn, so I always forget that when I leave my general and my infantry, it seems like I managed to get him killed in the campaign. Antigonid Dynasty. I'll go with the other families. I think I have plenty of influence still. Yeah, I do. So we'll try and have a little bit of influence for the other families. I'm going to secure some promotions since the influence isn't really out of whack. Over time, I think you gain more influence by having all this gravitas. But I don't know that for sure. I can't remember exactly how influence is gained. It's not as straightforward as one might think sometimes. But this might get my men some bonuses in the campaign map at the same time, so make things interesting. Anyway, that's all I have time for now. Hope you all enjoyed it. Heir of Carthage, signing off on the Macedon campaign.